Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the crypto game. Welcome to my desktop, pretty much homepage. This is the cryptocurrency market right here. Now, last night I posted a video and I got a lot of requests. Obviously, I got a lot of inboxes, and I wish people would actually go to. Let me go to the bad boy right here, man. Let me get my group that I just created. Where we at? Crypto Society Australia, man. I want. If you got any questions, please come through. Post your questions up on this bad boy right here because I want everyone to learn together. You know, and obviously I only know as much as I know. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to come onto this game and actually learn more and little different insights into this. And I want you to teach me as much as I can teach you guys. So please jump on board and we can do this all together. Now, one of the major questions is I had a lot of people asking, how do I buy my first Bitcoin? What's the process, guys? So I'm going to do a tutorial now how to use BTC Markets. Now there is an app you can get called CoinSpot. It can link to your bank account. You can buy and purchase all through an app. I never learned how to do it like that. I learned how to do it the traditional way on the desktop. That's just something for me, myself, that I do. So I'll teach you how I do it, and you can take that and do it however you please, okay? So what you want to do is you want to go to coinmarket.com and you want to check out the coins. Now look at this, Bitcoin. This is what you're looking at right here. This is my major currency. You can buy Ethereum and then trade with Ethereum. But look, hey, this is what I do. I go for Bitcoin and I look at the price there and I purchase at these prices. Now, I've got this in USD. Now, Australian dollars is quite higher. This is one of the better times because if you get in a cheaper time, then you're kind of loving US because it might be 4,500, but that's like 5,800 in Australian. So you jump in, you got like 5 Bitcoins, that goes up in price. American, you're going to be looking at bigger price jump in Australian dollars. So last night, it was 160 billion market cap. It's 165 this morning, guys. 165 jumps, percent rises. Look at that. That's the potential we're looking at. So what you want to look through is you want to see, fuck, it's at a huge peak right now. I think this is the most expensive Bitcoin's ever been. Crazy. Like I said in my last post, I got it around here. And like, I want you to realize that in 2020, it's predicted that Bitcoin's going to be worth 50,000 American dollars for one Bitcoin. If you can comprehend that, you buy a Bitcoin for $5,000 right now, in 2020, it's going to be worth $50,000 American. So imagine this is 2020, that's 50,000, and you're over here thinking that you've missed the boat. You think that the prices are too high. You missed your opportunity to invest real money. Fuck that. There might be dips and lulls, like this is dips and lulls still. But as you can see, you close your eyes to 2020. Even if it's not $50,000, what if it's $40,000? You're still winning, bro. That's the power we're talking about here. So that's why I wanted to do this post. I want you all to try and jump on board. And look, this isn't financial advice. This is still investing. So like any other investment, you have to do it at your own caution. Invest what you can and be smart about your money. But like I said, I've invested. I now see I've seen the light at the end of the tunnel. I went through a dip. I saw my money lose value, but my money never lost value because I never saw my Bitcoin. You only lose value until you sell your Bitcoin. So safeguard yourself by, if you're a weak-stomached, emotional person, close your eyes. Go, okay, I'm going to look at this in a year's time. That's if you're only trading Bitcoin. I'm trading other coins at the moment because I'll tell you the value of this. If I go in and I buy one Bitcoin right now, one Bitcoin, I then trade my Bitcoin for. Actually, this is a great example. Yesterday, Neo crashed hard. And I'll tell you why it crashed. It's because there was an ICO. Now, an ICO is essentially a pre-sale for a token or a coin before it goes in the market for exchange. That coin pulled out of building its coin on the Neo platform because in China, which is Chinese currency here, it's a major Chinese coin, the ICO regulations are too strict. So this ICO pulls out of Neo. Now that shows other ICOs, hey, fuck, man, maybe I'll have to start building on other platforms. Neo loses value because this is built on trust and also on value of the future. People are investing saying this is worth something because in the future, it's going to be indispensable. So its value is huge. Therefore, I'm willing to pay a premium price for the future. As soon as you hear that future ICOs won't be able to be built on it, or maybe might be swayed by it, boom, loss of faith in the coin. That's when you get price drops. Just a bit of insight into how markets work. Now, this is a great indicator. This is actually a great case study, because at this stage here, you're looking at a coin that's normally worth like 45 American dollars, right? Or how I look at the Bitcoin price. So 0.011, right? It could be worth that again. And it's just dropped down to 0.007. Now, do you look at that and say that's a risk? Or do you look at that and say that's an opportunity to buy cheap? If the price of this coin is only worth that, and it could rise again, don't forget, this coin doesn't die now. This coin doesn't just keep going down, and it just stops working. The team doesn't stop working on this coin. It consistently keeps going. And all the money it's earned, it's going to be pumped back into the development of this coin. So you look at this as dip. Is it an investment now, or is it a risk? And that's the game. That's the game we're playing here. When you see these lulls and you can't see into the future, what if in the future it's worth 100 and you had the opportunity to buy it cheap? Do you look at it as a risk or reward situation? So it's something to keep an eye on. Now, how I trade my coins is that I go to btcmarkets.net, and I'll walk you through how to navigate this website and how to deposit money into your account, and then how to use that money to purchase Bitcoin. So as you can see, I have my AUD amount here. That's just remnants of other interactions. And then you got Bitcoin amount here. Now, the reason I don't have any Bitcoin on this is because I then trade this Bitcoin for other coins. And the value of that is that if I use my Bitcoin to purchase this, and then this coin rises double the amount, I've just doubled my Bitcoin amount. And as I was saying, Bitcoin prices are going to grow exponentially in the future. 2020, you got $50,000 prediction, American dollars. So if you buy one Bitcoin now for 4,300, whatever the price might be, you put that Bitcoin into Neo. Neo doubles in price. You just doubled your Bitcoin. You now have 2 Bitcoins. And then with that Bitcoin, your value of each Bitcoin goes up. So you now have $100,000 in 2020. From that one Bitcoin, you make it into 2 Bitcoins, and then the value of those 2 Bitcoins rises to $50,000 American. You can then sell your 2 Bitcoins for $100,000 if predictions are correct. But it's funny because here we're talking about predictions. I remember people predicting prices here. Did it happen? Yes, it fucking happened. Look at that. Fucking happened. Shit. But then look at that. So there are unexpected lulls that happen. But in the hindsight, imagine this is complete hindsight. So it's completely a complete graph till 2020. Yes, you'll have lulls, but do you think things won't recover? Do you think things die? Or do you think it's a nature, kind of like here, the nature of dips, the nature of the market? And that's what you're going to have to learn as a trader, is to realize you have to have faith in the project. And that's where research, time, dedication comes into understanding what's a worthwhile coin to invest your money into. So let me go back to BC. Now that you understand the value of buying a Bitcoin, then why most people buy alternative coins. That's what these are called, alternative coins other than Bitcoin. So it's worth spending your money to then double your Bitcoin, to then have more Bitcoin by the time Bitcoin's value is worth a lot more. So let's go to BTC Markets. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to have to obviously log in, create an account, verify your account. I think you have to have some identification. You have to submit. Might take a few days. Then you're going to go to account. You're going to go deposit. So what you're looking at, you're going to be depositing money into this account. So you're going to look down. Then you're going to look at your money. You're going to go down. At the bottom here, we have pretty much a deposit, like a bank deposit area. AUD poly payments. I think, I can't remember which service. Yeah, Australian Post owns this service, pretty much depositing money from your bank into other services. Here you can type however much you want, so $2,000. Now, you have a $2,000 limit per 2 days, and the reason for that is because the money has to be processed and deposited into BTC Markets bank account. Now, this will fuck you up in case of any rises or any dips. Now, imagine Bitcoin crashes tomorrow. Crashes, goes half price. Now, some people would get worried and go, well, maybe Bitcoin's going to crash. no, it's not going to crash. It's happened before. It's actually bargain day. What that means is there's a lot of whales, people with a lot of Bitcoin, that realize there are a lot of new people in this game that are unaware of the stability of the concept and what the philosophy is around Bitcoin. So what they do is they start dumping. They start selling because it's at a very high price. They start selling their Bitcoin rapidly. What that does is creates fear in the market of a lot of people saying, because there's a lot of there's people that signed up yesterday. There's people that paid $1,000 yesterday. And when they see that their investment just went half the value, they go, fuck, I better sell now. Otherwise, I'm going to miss out on this crash and my money's going to reach zero. I might as well have $500 than zero. That's where faith in the market comes in place, because it's happened before and it recovered. Not just recovered, it exponentially grew straight afterwards. Because you know why? It was bargain day. People saw it was like a flash sale. It was like 70% off. Flash sale. People just jumped on board. People just kept going. And the reason why it was delayed, it just didn't happen in one go, because, man, you got a $2,000 limit. So you're sitting there like waiting. You get your $2,000. You have to wait an hour for it to transfer into your account, probably a little bit less. Probably an hour, because when there's high volume, these deposits take a lot longer. So you wait for your money. Then you got to go trade on it. And by that time, that flash sale has grown. So people have started buying again. Some people have started buying, and that's on the rise. And now you're joining in on that rise, and you're trying to get that sale as much as you can. And that kind of fear just grows your product. Just boom, 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 boom. And you might have another dip a little bit afterwards, because people are like, oh, I'm going to sell during the dip. This is just the nature of trading. So what you do is you put your amount in here. You click that, you make deposit, and that links to a bank account. You put your details in. You pick which bank account you have, Commonwealth, whatever it is, and then you deposit your money and so on. So then you go, now, okay, so yeah. So once your money's deposited, you go buy and sell, and then you're on an exchange. Let's say I put in $2,000, you would have $2,000 popping up here. That's how much you have to play with. Obviously, there are transaction fees, and that's where you lose some money. So day traders, if you're not making good decisions, you can lose money on trading your coins around to different exchanges, because there's always a fee associated with deposits, associated with trades. I don't think there is any transaction fee for deposits into an exchange, but there are for withdrawal. So if I'm taking it from BTC Markets and I'm taking it to another exchange, BTC Markets charges me to withdraw the money. The other exchange doesn't charge me to deposit it into that exchange. So in case of taking AUD from a bank to BTC Markets, they do take a fee for withdrawing it from a bank. So the withdrawal from the bank, that process, it's charged, I think, $3 or whatever it is. But you're not charged two times. It's not like you get charged for withdrawing and get charged for depositing. You only get charged for the withdrawing process. So at least then you're not getting double dipped on price. Now, you can check up here. This is, I've obviously got in Australian dollars. You can see the volume, how many Bitcoins have been purchased in 180 days, 30 days, 24 hours. As you can see, the price for each Bitcoin is like 4,400. That's how many Bitcoins are being purchased in these periods of time. The last price it was purchased at for Australian dollars was 5,862 Australian dollars. That's a peak. That's the highest it's been ever, forever. So you can change. Look at this. That's 1 month ago. What you can do is you can hit here, and then over there, it's going to tell you the price of that point. So, oh man, just a month ago. Shit, just a month ago. A month ago, a price for a Bitcoin was 3,661. 1 month later, boyakasha, it's $5,881 for a fucking Bitcoin. That's a fucking month ago, guys. That is one. Do you know what have you done in a month? You've probably gone clubbing on a weekend 4 times, spent $300 on drinks, $20 for entry, maybe even taking a girl home, more in apartment fees. So you can realize the value of your money practically when you look at it like an investment that is exponentially growing, because it's a hot topic right now. Even me doing this video, it might inspire many of you to go tell a friend, to go and tell a friend. That's happening right now. Word of mouth, peer-to-peer is the only trusted sources that we have right now in terms of how we accumulate information on a daily basis. We don't trust media anymore. We know it's kind of like propagated by promoted ads and shit like that. And also, people are getting money to promote things. So if I've got a big network, if I have a community that's huge, and I'm a greedy person, if I don't believe in the philosophy of what Bitcoin stands for, I will take sums on the side to promote that product. That's just what social network marketing is. That's why people have big Instagram groups. That's why people have big Facebook followings. It's peer-to-peer, but it's still promoted content. So what Bitcoin stands for is essentially a breaking free of anything that is not for the best interest of an individual. The freedom of an individual, complete freedom. That's what we're trying to stand for here, because when you have a Bitcoin and I transfer that to India for my developers, they don't get charged any international fees from PayPal, which is generally the other method of you getting paid. So if there's no fees and everyone's equal, if my Bitcoin's worth the same in India as it is in Australia, they are equal to me. Now you might say, oh wait, doesn't that mean that India's gonna start charging more because there's not a price difference, so there's not like I give them $1 and it's worth more over there, and therefore they're happier with the bigger price? Well, look, man, if you're in a humanitarian, then yeah, I guess you'd be really upset. But what if you're a humanitarian that believes in equality nationwide, worldwide? Then yes, Bitcoin is the future. It makes everyone equal in the eyes of Bitcoin. So it stands for a lot, and that's why I don't believe in paid content. I don't believe in any of that, because this should be genuine information that we're giving to people. So what you do is you have your money there. Now you have two options, market and limit. Market is essentially, if you click market, it's going to give you a guaranteed price. So it's going to give you a guaranteed sale. So if I put my $2,000 in, I'm going to put in Bitcoin. So imagine I put in 2 Bitcoin. So let's say, whatever's $2,000 right now. So let's have a look. 0.35, let's say. You got to figure that out. Or you can just spend all, and it'll take whatever your Australian dollar is, and it'll maximize it. We've got 0 in there right now. Or what you can do is, so that's if you want a guaranteed buy. Guaranteed, like you just put that in, boom, it'll match you. It'll get your money out. What you want to do is you want to set lures. Generally, what a lure is that you look at the, let's have a look. So low, let's have a look. You just want to look at a low price, man. You want to look at like these dips. So see how the price is getting listed here. So you can see, let's say a day, the lowest it's been today. And this is what this means. This small line here means that for a very short period of time, it dipped down that low and then it jumped back up. So this is like within the hour. It wasn't enough to record a full bar. So just for a little short while, it dipped down. So for a little short while, that reached $5,211 Australian. You can see that's in a day. In a day, it jumped up to 5,875. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you can get bargains on a daily basis, But there are some people that are impatient. They come in and they just go, boom, I want market value at, far out, 5,979. Some people just buy. Look at this. You can save money. Do you know how practical that money is? So, it's crazy. So look, imagine this. So I set a price point for 5,000. What was that lowest point? 5,200. Right? That's how I buy 1 Bitcoin. That 1 Bitcoin cost me 5,241 to buy that Bitcoin. Right? That's with the 8% fee. This is what happens. So 1 Bitcoin's for that price, you have to pay that much money. Now, let's say that price increases to whatever that maximum was. 5969, 5961. That Bitcoin just jumped up to price, so I've got to pay that difference in cash to get that 1 Bitcoin. Do you understand what I'm saying? You save a lot of money by being smart with your purchases, by setting lures. And what lures is by seeing the limit and then finding out what that 24-hour low was, and then hoping and praying to God that it reaches that low again. Now, obviously, with some coins that exponentially grow overnight, and you miss out on those opportunities, that's just tempering your own emotions, because you gotta take the risk with the reward. You take a risk by saying it will dip down again. You could have a coin that just keeps going, and you miss the boat. You could have bought it at a cheaper price; it just never reaches that low. But that's smart investing. That's kind of guaranteeing that you don't overpay for the coin. That's just called luring. So, like you said, a lure like fishing. But as you can see, the value amount, it's worth it. It's totally worth just trying to play it smart a bit. So, okay, so you purchase that, and then, boom, you get a Bitcoin amount. So it says 1. Now, in the future, again, you might, 1 Bitcoin, you're going to set a price, let's say $50,000. Now, look at this, guys. This is right now 5,961. If this rises, this 1 Bitcoin rises to $50,000, as is predicted by 2020, around about. And the reason why they're saying this is because right now, 1.6% of the population is into Bitcoin. Do you know you don't understand, small is the word to use in terms of it hasn't reached mainstream yet. You have people putting $1,000, $2,000, yes. That's not mainstream. Mainstream is when people sell their houses and put it into Bitcoin. Mainstream is where like everyone is trading with Bitcoin. It is a currency that people readily use worldwide on a daily basis. That's what mainstream is. I already know. I was there two months ago. No one knew, man, Bitcoin. I would tell people about Bitcoin, and they literally would look down on it and go, what the fuck are you into? Where have you lost your way? What got you on this road? I would never do that. I would never risk my money like that. Risk my money. Risk. Once you start realizing how volatile the fiat currency is, which is your Australian dollar, your American dollar, once you realize how vulnerable they are to a collapse, America is in $20 trillion debt right now. There's no way out. There's only one way out, down, right now for your American dollar. Because do you know what's happening to the American dollar? See this? This is coming out from the fiat currency. This is being deposited from the fiat currency. That's out of the marketplace right now. That's 165 billion that's not being used by people worldwide. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's coming out from the fiat currency. The fiat currency is in debt, and this is further putting it in debt. It's going to crash. The more popular this gets, the more the fiat currency is going to lose value. And they've actually done statistics and looking at the graphs and looking at how the American dollar is going down and the Bitcoin price is going up. And the correlation isn't a coincidence. It is literally a driving force for it. So that's why this is exciting, because you're the first ones on it. Still, you guys are the first one. 1.6, 1.5, that's how many people are on it right now, and you're hearing about it at 5,891. That's what a difference of a Bitcoin can be worth. That's like 1 Bitcoin. Take that in, take this sum in, because you know how hard it is to make that money otherwise? Time, effort, and fucking depression. That's 9 to 5 working, and then maybe some fucking wild weekends to take the edge off. That's what this represents. This is time, money, effort, and also obviously hopes and dreams. That's by 2020. That's only 3 years away. 10%. This is only 10% as a prediction. What if that reaches 50% and you're one of the 1.5s right now? Do you know who you become? You become the new money. You become like, what were the bootleggers? Like The Great Gatsby. The new money. The old money hates the new money because they didn't work for it. They did illegal practices. They bootlegged alcohol. You know, this is new money where people are going to resent you for taking a part of the revolution and obviously taking hold of the opportunity when you had it. People will resent you. Rich people will resent you when you're rocking up with a Lambo on equal standing grounds with these people that worked, created businesses, time, effort, and all you did was put $5,000 in back in 2017. Do you understand the equivalence of time, money, and practice? So, anyway, that's the potential we're working with. And like I said, you take that 1 Bitcoin, you invest in a coin that goes up 10 times the amount. Do you know what you are? You're laughing. That's your answer. Do you know how you sit there late nights and go, man, I've got to get out of this business. It's not making me enough money. I'm in debt. I put so much risk into this. My house payments are accumulating. My car's falling apart. I have no money. I just had a kid. Fuck. How am I going to escape this? Look at that. That's how you escape, guys. That's why there shouldn't be any secrets in this. That's what we're dealing with, and then people are charging you for bullshit strategies that probably, yeah, they work, but if you don't understand the philosophy of how to understand and how to apply these strategies, you will be susceptible to FOMO, fear of missing out, because when you see these prices rise and you haven't risen, you start getting emotionally crazy. and you make quick decisions that fuck up your investment. So I'll tell you one thing, this is an investment that will work no matter what. Even just Bitcoin will work. Yes, there'll be downs. Yes, there'll be downs. You might be here, and then the price is going up, and then it comes back down, and you're like, oh no. Think 3 years ahead. Big mind, expand your mind and think beyond your current situation. And that's a potential of what you're dealing with. Just a potential. Even if it's not 50, maybe it's 40. And what? So it's like 30,000 from 6,000? 36. So, if I can do more with that, I've got more potential. What if you just wait longer? It will reach that. Time equals money in this situation. Great philosophers said, great men said that wealth is the transfer from the impatient to the patient. Understand that concept. The impatient to the patient. All it is time. Investing your money is the best thing you can possibly do at this point in stage. Because like I said, this is coming out from fiat currency, your Australian dollar. This isn't not in circulation anymore. This isn't going to the government. Do you know where it's going? Bitcoin. So that's the potential we're dealing with here. Now I'm going to teach you how to transfer this to a different exchange. Now the reason why, Neo is a great example. Let's say you want to take your Bitcoin and you want to invest into an alternative coin, such as Neo. You're going to go down, you're going to see a chart of obviously its progress. And look guys, this is just time, man. This is May to August. Do you know what May to August used to mean to me? Nothing. It used to just mean work, school, home. It didn't mean money in terms of change my life money. Didn't mean that, but it will, and it has. So you go to markets, and this is going to show you all the markets that it trades on. Now, Bittrex is one of the more popular ones because it has a big qualifying system, so you have to be a very legitimate coin to be on it with certain criterias. But look, there's still shit coins on there, like no doubt, shit coins. But this is a great list of all the ones. So Bittrex is one of the more popular, where you'll find the more mainstream coins. This is the exchange right here. Now look at this. Last night it dipped down to 0.0065. It rose straight back up. Last night I looked at that, boom, straight down, and I said to myself, wow, I wonder what's going to happen next. I know what's going to fucking happen next. Do you think people are going to let it drop like that? That's bargain hunting. Boom, straight up. And yeah, it comes back down, but do you think it's going to be down forever? Do you think someone looks at this and goes, wow, it used to be 1.012, and that's never going to happen again. It's over for this company because of this. The team works no matter what. The team works no matter what the value of the coin is. This isn't like stocks and trades where like it's equivalent to how much money the company makes and obviously its projections. No, this is just people's willingness to buy a coin. People's willingness to pay a price for a coin. The team works no matter what. So I'm going to teach you how to transfer funds over to this. So what you're going to do is you're going to obviously make an account here, verify yourself. You're going to go to wallets. Now, you got a list of all the other coins here. So these are a list of coins. What you're going to do is, this is very important. You have to find the coin that you want to transfer. So Bitcoin is the one I want to, BTC, this is what I want to transfer. So you're going to go to plus because you're going to deposit into this exchange. You tap on that and you have an address here. This address is specific to your exchange and specific to your wallet. You get one letter wrong here, your money's gone, you can't get it back. This is the importance of being diligent and also not under stress and FOMO, trying to rush an exchange, and you have time, no matter what, you have time. And look, you might miss opportunities. Yes, unfortunately, that's what happens when you don't have the right coin in the right market or the right exchange. You might miss sales like Neo, for example. But this is very important. You want to take this, you want to put this address. So with BTC Markets, you go to account, you go to withdrawal, and then you got different coins here. So these are all the coins you can purchase on BTC Markets, Ethereum, and so on. What you have is a Bitcoin address. That is where you input this. Now you better double check, triple check these last three numbers, these first three numbers. money, like the fact that you could lose everything with no accountability, dude. Like you can't email anyone. You can't. Your money's not back, bro. It's out. It's out forever. So you're gonna withdraw your one coin. Obviously, they take a 0.0005 fee. That's the withdrawal fee. You're gonna put your password in, and then withdraw. Bang. Now, when you do that, it's gonna take a while to transfer into your wallet. 100%. It might take an hour, it might take 2. Down the bottom, we'll have pending withdrawals, and it'll tell you how long or like how many steps are left before it transfers into your wallet. Now, what is important here is that, like I said, the Bitcoin purchase on this has a $2,000 limit. So if a sale is going to happen, like for example, they're saying there's going to be a crash in November, and looking at how the price is rising right now, the price is at an all-time high. Nothing stays all-time high forever. Because what happens is people understand that there's new people in the game, they've paid premium. They got in fucking 5 months earlier. They got in 2 months earlier, they got in 1 month earlier. They've made a huge profit on their Bitcoin. And what these major Chinese companies do is that, or governments, or even Russian government, so many governments are on top of this. So like what they're doing is they buy Bitcoin cheap. They see it rise. They do FOMO. They just sell the shit out of it. They sell so much volume of coin that people think it's a literal failure in the market, and their investment's going to fail. They then jump on board the selling. They think that the price is going to be gone soon, and and even more for investors, they realize that if they sell now, it's going to keep dipping lower and lower, and they can buy back at a cheaper price. Double your money. There are people still unaware of dumps, so they're going to be paying premium. They're paying premium dollar. They start selling to these people. So these sellers, they're maintaining the pricing here. So let's have a look here. So this is a pricing list. So these are people willing to sell. These are people willing to buy. This is a war between these two. This guy buys this, it goes away. This order goes away. This is what people are willing to buy. $78,000 investment right here at $5,800. People are willing to spend $78,000 right now. Don't forget there's a 2,000 limit. So they've been accumulating AUD, just accumulating AUD or American dollars onto this exchange so they can purchase $78,000 worth, $81,000 worth. This is real money. People are backing this hard. At lower prices, people probably got $200,000, $300,000, $500,000. People are backing it. They want bargains because they realize the potential of this in the future. So what people do is they sell high and they buy low. How they do that is that they can actually, if they have enough coin, if they have enough bankroll, they can actually cause the market to crash by simply selling so much rapidly that other people jump on board. They try and also grab the top dollar because they realize that it's happening, the dump's happening. They sell high, they want to buy back low. They want to try and double their money or try and double their Bitcoin. So that's what the game we're playing at. You have people looking at this with little understanding of the market and obviously of news. They see a dump happen. They think Bitcoin's a failure. They think it's a scam. They then sell what they've just originally purchased because they're scared of losing it all. Major players are also selling because they want to sell high. They realize a dump's happening and they've predicted it in news and so forth. So then they sell their coin. They then try and buy back at the bottom. And then what you have is buyer's market once again. People buying rapidly. And that's why you see an exponential growth, is because people start buying rapidly. And there are people that obviously get caught up in the $2,000 limit or whatever limits, and then they're waiting as well. So the pump keeps going on. It keeps happening. It keeps growing. And then you got to wait. You got to wait again for another dump to happen in the future, whenever that might happen. But like I said, if you close your eyes to all of it, the dumps don't even mean anything. It just means the price is going to be up. The price will be up in 2 months, 3 months time, but you'll miss the emotional joyride of a dump. And it does come over you no matter what. Do you know what I mean? It just happens, especially if you're new to this. If this is your first dump and you've only invested in Bitcoin and you experience your first dump where your money gets halved, you're going to have an emotional stress day. It happens to the best of us, you know? Especially when you're on other coins. Like Bitcoin's Bitcoin's a great investment because it's a leading coin. Try investing money into a coin that's so cheap, but that could give you the most rewards, and you're literally looking at those little peaks and highs, and you're like, this could be the day it fails. This could be the day it's all over. So there is a lot of fear with these things, but like I said, majority of coins are going to succeed if they're backed by a great team. The concept's great, but that requires your own research and your own knowledge in the game as well. There's a lot of forums you can go to, but what I recommend is trying to find trustworthy advice from people, other people trying to put on their own promoted content. They try to say, invest in this because they're heavily invested in it. If they got a big network and they're heavily invested in a coin that's cheap, and they're telling you it's good, and your networks is huge, that could make the market go up drastically, super drastically, and they benefit off the cheaper coins they purchased. And do you know what they're doing? They're just the ones selling. Boom, 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 boom. And they've got so many coins, they can make that coin rise, then plummet again. So if they tell their big network, it rises exponentially, this shit coin rises exponentially, then they just dump all their coins that they had purchased cheap. They just made a profit off you. You don't even know. And you're sitting there, half your money, and you thought you were riding a pump, and it's a dump. That's what a pump and dump is. You know what I mean? They sell it to you because they've got so much of it. They sell it to you. The price then drops again on another coin, and then they just repurchase it all back up. They've doubled. They got more Bitcoin now. They use all that Bitcoin to then reinvest in the coin, and you're sweet. And they're sweet. That's what they do. That's what we call them whales for a reason. They have a high amount of coins. And the price of a coin doesn't dictate how good the coin is. The coin's going to perform its duty either way. The problem is that at this point in time, the coins aren't really being used. They're still in beta phase, majority of them. What beta phase is, and they're still being developed, they're still getting the irons kinked out, but the idea, the team is strong. So people realize this is a great investment, and then ahead of time, when there's announcements of deals and future projects, people go, wow, this is a great investment, put my money into it because I know that when it's used, my coin value is going to be a lot higher than it is now. People take advantage of that with pump and dumps. That's what whales are. They know they get information ahead of time. They get strategies ahead of time. They also have groups. They have whale groups where they get together and they go, we're going to make this coin go up. That's why you see coins go up 600% in a night and then crash down the next day. That's what these are. They are literally preying on people that are new to the game, that don't understand what they're investing in. They just see potential in the rise, so other people jump on. They go, oh, this must be it. This must be a really good coin because the value's so high. No, what you have is whales that have spent a lot of money on a coin, gotten together with other whales, and then just taken you for a joyride. 100%. It happens all the time. So if you have a large supply of a coin, then you could really manipulate a market for sure, especially if you have your boys with you as well, and you're seeing their millionaires. Millionaires can dominate this market. Because I'm sitting here maybe putting in thousands, 2,000s. That's nothing compared to $1 million in a coin. And that's sometimes what we're dealing with here. So smart investing research is so key, especially in these early days. So yeah, that's generally how you deposit your AUD into BTC. You then put your BTC into another exchange to buy another coin. And it's the exact same. So once my BTC rises, I go to market, I can search, it's already there, NEO, down 14%. It gives you great statistics. As you can see, it's risen a little bit after the dump. That's just people hearing the news and they're like, wow, fuck that, boom. They're like, what the fuck, boom. If one coin can back out of this, then other coins can too for future projects. It sets bad precedent, and that's what you get. You get people going, oh, wait, oh, bang. But then, of course, you get people that actually know what they're doing, and they're like, wow, this is bargain time, boom. So you have two people. You got the panic, and then you got the people going, awesome opportunity. Awesome opportunity, panic. Best thing is you can sell here, and if you're a great investor, you see the news and you go, okay, people are susceptible to fear. You then start dumping your own coins. You know that other people are going to jump on board. They start selling, and then you're at the bottom with more coins, with more money than before, and you rebuy back at the cheapest price possible. You then double your coin count for NEO, and you're winning. You sit there winning in the game. Because you know that majority of the time, 2 years, 3 years, this coin's going to be this coin's going to be higher than that. This coin's going to be higher than here, 2, 3 years time. So smart people this isn't about making money on the daily. This is about getting as much coin as you possibly can for companies that are going to excel in the future and be worth a lot more once their coins are actually practically being built on, and so forth. So what you do with this is down the bottom here, I've got my Bitcoin. This is just your trading area. At the bottom of that, we have the order books. So you have people willing to buy, you have people willing to sell. The price difference is here. So that's how you can tell the price differences. This is how many actual coins they want to buy. So they want to buy 129 coins. This person wants to buy, this person wants to sell 129 coins. Person wants to buy 8 coins, and so on. A great little graph to see that is that you go to the order book. This is how many people are willing to sell NEO right now. This is how many people are willing to buy NEO. And what you see is that one's going to get more impatient than the other. The people selling, if they really want to sell, if they're sitting there like, man, I've got to get rid of this fucking coin, they might be sitting here. They're like, oh, I want to get a deal on my coin. But over time, what happens is that you get anxious and they're not rising. The willingness to buy isn't rising. So then this starts getting bigger, 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 and then it just overtakes this and you have a dump. When a willingness to hold isn't strong, that's what they call hold. When you hold a coin, you're holding it at a higher value, and the less people that, see, boom. So it's going to drop down a bit when you got massive increases like that, especially when the resistance is so small. It's all about patience. So there's a lot of fear in the NEO market right now. There's a lot of unwillingness to buy at a higher price because people realize that there's a bit of volatility, especially if it's at a high price during the volatile times. That's why you got this huge thing here, is because people want to buy in at the cheapest price, and they've probably seen it at a cheap price like that. They look at the 24-hour low, it's 0.0064. They then set lures at 0.0064. 64, see? 64. This is what a lure is. You see what that minimum is. You go, I could probably get that if it happens again. You then set a lure. See here? See that they set it right where the 24-hour low is. That's what smart investing is. That's how you make sure you mitigate any risk of buying at a peak. So that's what a lure is. That's how I operate. I always try and get in around that price, maybe a little bit higher, so I can outbid the competition at that price. Or I might even, if I really want to risk it, I take it even lower, so that if I get that, I know it's a bargain. I didn't not invest smartly. So that's just another way of looking at it. So yeah, what you do is here. So let's say I've got 5 bitcoins. I can then tap on the pricing here if I want to join this guy at a bid price. So this is the price of the Bitcoin. So this is how much I want to buy it for. Now I can just max out how much Bitcoin I have. So I can max it out. My 0.000124 Bitcoin can max out at that price, and I get that many NEO in return. Or what I can do is I can just write, I've got 1 Bitcoin and I want to spend it all on NEO. So at that price, with 1 Bitcoin total, I will buy 134 NEO. Now in the future, obviously, imagine my 134 at a price of just 5. Who knows? It's just an example. It could be 2 years and it could reach that. Man, we're at 1.6% market cap. If that rises to 10, do you think that this is not going to happen? Do you think that this won't happen? Where do you think all that money is going to come from? Do you think people just invest in Bitcoin? No, they're going to invest in like blue chips. This is like a blue chip coin that could easily rise to 0.05. Your 1 Bitcoin becomes 6.683 Bitcoin. Do you want to see the potential of what this means for your future, for the future of people around you? You take that 6.6 Bitcoin, you put it at the estimate of 50,000. Dude, that's $327,000 that you could potentially have. And even if it falls short, even if it's $30,000, even if it's $30,000 in 3 years, how are you going to make that much money otherwise? How are you making that much money on the side from a $5,000 investment, from a $6,000 investment? Plus, if this crashes, if this comes down to say $4,000, which I'm hoping it does, I'm there. I'm scooping that shit up. I'm scooping that shit up at $4,000 because it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Now, the only reason it wouldn't make sense is if you say, I don't believe in the concept. I don't believe that Bitcoin is the revolution that everyone will adopt. Do you know who was saying that? Do you know who was saying that? Do you know who was saying that Bitcoin wasn't a revolution that, you know, will change the world? I'll show you right now. Do you know who said that? People here. People here that only put in $1,000. People here that only put in 500 to test out the market. But do you know who actually said, man, I believe, are people that put in 10K, 20K, 30K, higher amounts than that. That's the people that said, I believe in the concept of Bitcoin more than my own fear of missing out or losing money. What Bitcoin stands for, you don't realize, you have to understand, is that it makes everyone around the world equal. If you don't believe in that concept, then we're lost. We're fucked, man. We're done. Like, what hope is there for society if you can't look at a concept like Bitcoin and say, I want everyone to be equal? Because you know what happens when you put a bit of faith in? Yeah, you experience some fucked up times. You experience like half your money lost sometimes. But people went to war for less. People have gone to war for less. And then boom. That's faith. Do you see that? That 20K is worth 40 now. Just off Bitcoin, the sure thing. Imagine if you invented it, you invested that in Neo. You realize, hey man, shit, I'm going to invest in Neo. And look at this. Neo was here during that time. I think even Neo was even closer down to that. Who knows? It's somewhere around this area still. You take that Bitcoin at that price, you say, I got faith. I have faith in the concept of Bitcoin. So you're right, you got a lot of Bitcoin now. You then invest that in a coin you believe in. You also have faith in what it's trying to achieve and also the team behind it. You take your Bitcoin that you've spent your $20,000 on, and now you've times it by 8, you times it by 10, you times it by 20 over time. That's all we're talking about here, time. It grows. So your one Bitcoin is now worth 10 Bitcoin. Your value of your Bitcoin's gone from, you know, 2,300 to 3,000. That's when I kind of got in around that time for Australian dollars. You get your cheap Bitcoin, your Bitcoin then doubles 10 times, then your Bitcoin worth is up double. So it's not just 10 times your Bitcoin, it's 10 times, then 2 times the value of your Bitcoin. And we're still early. This is what we were dealing with before 2017. 2017, see this low part? That's what Bitcoin was. That's what every coin was. Before 2017, it was low. If you invested in anything, you would have been winning right now. Anything. That's only 1 year. What have you done in a year? What have you done in a year? What have you done since January this year that could earn you $1 million? That's why people are bragging about Lambos. It's because they fucking came in at a time where the exponential growth happened. They would have gotten in just before the exponential growth, and they're sitting with Lambos. 100%. That's what people are bragging about. 1,000 times more money. Dude, that shit actually happened to a lot of people. And I'll tell you who it happened to. It was the people that believed in the concept. Not the people that were in it for themselves. It wasn't, they didn't see this. They didn't see that. They were seeing this for ages. Bottom line, nothing happening. They didn't know. But their faith in the concept is what made them the money. Not the faith in their own greed. So this is what the movement's all about. This is what we're trying to achieve here. So now that you know how to trade, I hope you guys get a good grounding of like the methods, the things to keep an eye on. I'm gonna go and make more videos about how to look at coins and how to kind of gain some ideas about what it's worth just off initial looking. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep making videos. Like I do this pretty much every day, so like I might as well. I research this shit a lot, so I might as well share as much as I can with you because, like I said, imagine this is 2020. Imagine this is 2020 and this is 2017. That could happen. Do you know what I mean? That's what's predicted to happen. That is literally what is predicted to happen. Similar to how they predicted from here to reach 5,000. 5,000 used to be a dream. 5,000 for a Bitcoin used to be a dream. It used to be like, oh, one day. Look at it now. Like, look at it now. And that's what we're trying to do here. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll be making more. Also, join Crypto Society Australia on Facebook. I'll be posting them up on there as well. It's a great reference point if you have anybody new to the game that wants to learn. I'm just going to have all my videos on there as well. So hopefully we can create a great community and we can all just share what we learn, our investments, any tips, any news. Because I tell you what, when you start making that kind of money, it's addictive and that you're going to be researching this shit a lot more than you'd anticipate. So yeah, just jump on board and we'll get it all going. So cheers.